Wondering if it might be time for new skates? Stick around, we'll clear out all your doubts.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Brunei Fei. Thanks for joining. So if you've been following our channel, you know that we recently got new skates and new blades. But if you didn't, we're gonna put the link down in the description, so make sure to check it out.
Following these recent videos, we've gotten a lot of questions and comments about why we got those new skates and when it's actually a good time to update your skates. So this is what we're addressing today. Get your pen, get your paper, we got you.
Get ready. So we're gonna start with the most obvious one, which mainly applies to younger skaters. That is when your feet grow and you need to go up a size.
Or 2. Or 10.
Or 10. So you're gonna notice all your street shoes are getting kind of tight. And if you start feeling pain on the tips of your toes that wasn't there before, then it most likely means you have to go up a size. Do I check size with socks? Or
yes,
no sock?
so I would check with a sock because that's what you're going to be using.
Okay.
Another reason why you might want to start looking at getting new skates is when you outgrow your current ones in level. Now that one might be a little tricky to determine, and your best bet is probably to talk to your coach and see what they think about it. Most commonly that happens with beginner skaters who get skates that are meant for recreational use or like really low level beginner skating. Those skates will probably take you through your learn to skate program, or at least a few levels of it. But once you start jumping and spinning and doing some more complicated elements, they might not provide you with the support you need. Blades might be a little bit flat to do the edges and to do more complicated moves and elements. So if you've started your skating journey on really low level skates or recreational skates, you will likely be able to tell if things start feeling a little shaky. If you don't get enough ankle support and it wobbles a little bit, if you're trying to hold your inside and outside edges and you skid, that's when you know it's a good time to talk to your coach.
There's expense and there's time. So if you get boots that don't work for you, that's lesson time, you know, it's ice time, it's all these things that sometimes are wasted because something's not working correctly. So our job is to make sure the equipment's functioning as well for you as possible, so you maximize your training time, both financially and from a time perspective.
Figure skates come in a variety of shapes and stiffness levels that are designed for different levels of skating and different styles of skating.
So the process is really going over what you're looking to do with your skating. So kind of how far have you gotten into your skating and what you're doing in lessons and anything like that.
If you look online and check out the websites for different skate brands, they often post tables and graphs explaining what stiffness level and what models work best for various skating levels. So you can usually see a number of sample elements like waltz jump, two-footed spin would work for this model. Axel jump, double jumps would work for XYZ model. This is usually very helpful for you to determine what kind of models are best to look at, but also I would say talk to your coach, or go to a skate shop if that's available in your area and talk to a professional fitter, share your skate level, and they're gonna advise you on which brands and which models would work best.
You wanted to get into a little bit of jumping as well, you're gonna need a boot that can hold up structurally too.
Stiffer.
Yeah.
A very strong reason to change your skates would be when the skates hurt your feet or you get cramps, blisters, or they just make it altogether impossible to skate because of the pain.
That's a not fun problem to have.
Most commonly it happens due to sizing issues, and sometimes it might happen because there's something wrong with the skate itself. Either that or the brand or the model don't work for your feet. Some brands are better for wider feet and some brands are better for narrower feet. This is something skaters unfortunately tend to discover only after the second or third pair of skates.
A boot should fit like a firm handshake, so you should feel the boot everywhere.
It should be squeezing a little bit.
It shouldn't be bending your foot, but you should feel it everywhere holding your foot in place.
Yeah.
It's performance footwear, you don't want any movement inside the skate.
And lastly, you definitely want to get new skates when your current ones have broken down. Now, how do you know that they did? The most telling sign is when you start lacking the ankle support that was there before. You would notice it on the landing of your jumps, or sometimes just doing moves in the field and other elements where suddenly your ankle starts twisting more than usual, feeling a little wobbly, and is generally lacking the support. If you take off your skate and look at it, you will notice several creases, the most commonly in a tongue that makes it bend easily like this, which wasn't the case probably when you bought it, or it can get creases on the sides. Now, getting creases on the sides does not necessarily mean automatically that your skate is broken down. Sometimes it's just broken in, if it's just a little bit. But when the crease gets so strong that it doesn't hold the side of your skates anymore and they fold fairly easily, that's also how you know it's breaking down.
So what we're looking at firstly is the upper is very soft. As you can see, I can squeeze it very easily. It's not offering a lot of support. Also through the midfoot, as I tuck the tongue in here, you've got some creasing here, but the midfoot is very soft through here. And then finally, the tongue really isn't offering a lot of resistance anymore.
Yeah, this side is pretty bad. It's my sneakers after 6 months.
Before rushing to a pro shop, however, check a few things first. Sometimes it's not your boots, sometimes it's just your laces. Over time, laces stretch out and start getting pretty loose.
Like these ones?
Like those ones. You start noticing that they got skinny, they got extra long, and they don't really pull very well anymore.
Probably you need to replace your laces if you're skating 3-4 times a week, about every 2 months, just because of the moisture. They do lose their elasticity and end up like string, and that's when they'll cut into you and give you lace bite issues. But when they get like this, where they just look like string, it's time for this.
We should have changed like 3 times then.
this is way past.
Try changing out your laces first and see if that fixes the issue. If not, then you might start considering new skates. A common misconception among beginner skaters is that you need to change out your skates when they start getting scuffs and scratches and rubs, which is absolutely not the case. If you look at Bruno's skates over here, they're very scuffed and very scratched. However, they still hold well, so they still have some life left in them. Oftentimes, when you look at high-level and more experienced skaters, you would see their boots are completely beat up and just look like they've seen life. However, as long as they hold, as long as they provide the support that they need, they do not need to be changed out. Unless you have some extra cash sitting around and just want them for the looks, then by all means, but it's absolutely not necessary. If you're really concerned about the looks of your skates, you can choose to protect them with skate tape or boot covers, and that solves most of the cosmetic issues.
Like always, guys, hopefully this video was helpful. Drop any questions you might have down in the comments and we'll do our best to reply to all of them. Thank you guys for subscribing. We're now over 800 subscribers and we're only 200 away from 1,000 before the end of the year. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. See you guys next week for another video.